Hi there, my name is Joost van den Broek and welcome to the 6th episode of Ask Ex Libris. Today's question is from Vladimir Erdman and it's, Joost, are you a musical teacher? And if so, then what qualities are you looking for in your students apart from them being talented on their instrument? Well, yes, I am a part-time musical teacher as well, so I try to fit that in with all the productions that I'm doing. I actually teach at the Conservatory of Amsterdam and at the Metal Factory. And yes, to be short about your question, there are quite a lot of qualities that I'm looking for in my students next to being skilled on their instrument. So as a teacher on the Conservatory of Amsterdam, I actually teach keyboards, arrangement and education. On the Metal Factory, I teach keyboards. Aside from obviously being skilled on their instrument, I'm actually looking for quite a lot of qualities that I feel is important to have as a musician and actually as an entrepreneur in the music business. First of all, you have to have the right attitude. That can mean a lot of things. You have to be motivated, you have to be able to work in a group, in a team, and you have to have a professional attitude. It means that people can rely on you, that you can lead a project, and that you have your business together, so to say. Do your thing in the right circumstances and with the right planning, etc., etc. That's for me a very important thing about a musician. Well, then of course you have to have a good ear. So you have to be able to have a sensitive ear in both musical theory but also in sound. Next to that, a good musician is also creative, and not only creative in writing songs, which might be the most obvious, but also creative in making their own parts interesting, which they play or sing. You can be creative with your gear. You can be creative in performance, but also there's a whole creative side to the business aspect. And on top of that, I think it's important for a musician to have a certain basis of knowledge. And knowledge can, of course, go from theory to knowledge of their instrument, of their gear, but also the knowledge about how do I promote myself? How can I market myself? How's the music business working? I think a modern musician especially should also be skilled in technology, knowing their way with computers, with all the new technology, with the socials on the internet, all the sources that you can think of. That all together for me makes a good musician. So definitely not just being skilled at their own instrument. So as mentioning, I'm teaching at the Conservatory of Amsterdam, but besides that I'm also teaching at the Metal Factory. And the Metal Factory is a school that now exists for a few years, actually really specializes in teaching younger musicians metal and everything around it. So also when they talk about language, they learn about writing lyrics. If they talk about mathematics, they talk about their administration. They learn to play in bands, learn to write in a lot of styles, learn to play their instrument, of course, and are taught by very cool teachers. So I hope this answers your question and you enjoyed my answer. If you have any other questions for Dianne, Bob or myself, please feel free to ask. Bye bye!